said Queen of Pain still in the pool. But let's see if Quantic wants to secure that one. If Resolution gets his Queen of Pain... he's scary with that hero. He really is. And fun to watch.
I don't know if they have... Yeah, I don't know if they have space for another... I mean, unless the Naga Siren goes for... as a support, like a full support Naga Siren.
They could put Bat Rider in the jungle and just...
yeah, play a very greedy
offlane.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's no reason to do so because they've already got 2 great solos and a very good aggressive tri-lane so far to put pressure on the Alchemist. That's Quantic's game plan right now. I mean, Alchemist is the game plan, and I don't necessarily agree with that Lich ban. I think it's a little bit optimistic because I don't feel like iCCup are going to be running a defensive tri-lane. And I mean, if they were running a defensive tri-lane with the Lich and Nature's Prophet feels like he's being denied too heavily, then he can just go to the jungle. So the Lich's impact wouldn't really be felt. The Frost Armor is nice against Alchemist. Sort of prevents the Alchemist beats everybody to death strategy, but I mean, iCCup, I'd still like to see them go for this tri-lane. I mean, Clockwork and Nature's Prophet, I feel like both significantly weaker than Batrider and Weaver as solos, no matter what the matchups are going to be, you know, what lanes and what pairings.
Is this a Clockwork mid? Because
I think it is a
Clockwork
mid.
Theory.
Support Clockwork, it's...
No, the Clockwork would be offlane, they just profit in the jungle.
Yeah, that could... Yeah, that's an option.
And there comes the Disruption.
iCCup.
iCCup actually have played a lot of Disruptor Naga Siren combinations. You can of course set up for a nice kinetic field with the Song of the Siren. I'm actually liking the lineup of iCCup a bit more here in this matchup, and I'm kind of curious, Quantic, you already said like they are banking on an Alchemist, and of course there's also going to be a Nature's Prophet that will definitely be turning into a semi-carry later on, and that split pushing is not going to be a pretty thing for iCCup, but I find it a bit lackluster, a bit bland, bleak. I find it bleak.
It doesn't feel like a go black draft.
Yes, that's the thing. Like it feels like a draft around black.
Yeah, it feels like they've said, okay, we don't have our full roster. Let's play it safe. But that's not. I mean, that's not how Quantic. That's not how I think of them as a team. I'm always looking forward to that. You know, that hero that's just outside of the, you know, sort of tier 3 status, or maybe just outside of tier 2 status in terms of pick ban, and Quantic, you know, make them shine. They show us the diamond in the rough. But yeah, this time it's just going to be a little bit more standard. And iCCup already making some very aggressive moves to start things off.
Yeah, and we will have Mag playing the Naga Siren this game. Always Wanna Fly is going to be playing that Lashrak. It will be Resolution on the mid lane playing the Bat Rider, goes for that fast bottle. Ouija Zig playing his Disruptor, and that leaves Jackal on the Weaver, and he is there. He's leading the way towards the bottom lane, where he is going to be probably safe laning bottom, and then an aggressive tri lane with the Naga Siren, Disruptor, and Lashrak. I like it a lot.
Yeah. And meanwhile, over on the side of Quantic, we've got Silent playing the Nature's Prophet. We're going to have Funzy making his way towards mid. On that Clockwork, he's expecting the Bat Rider. He's already got himself a Magic Stick. Up on top, we've got Go Black playing the Keeper of the Light. Black is going to be on the Alchemist, and that leaves fucking Mad to play the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, how do you think this aggressive tri-lane is going to go? Because you've got yourself an Impale followed up by an Illuminate and maybe a stun from Black as well. So counter initiation potential definitely there. But on the other side, you've got a Net followed up by Split Earth, followed up by a buffed Thunderstrike. Of course, it ticks once extra right now, so that's actually quite nice. Aggressive tri-lane versus aggressive tri-lane. Who is going to be taking it?
I mean, I feel like Quantic, they've got reasonable counter initiation, but they've got the double melee set up, and they're up against duo ranged, so that's already a little bit difficult. And they don't really have any real ways to interrupt a combo. I mean, as you can see, Black already eating some harassment. But if that's a net into a stun, into a field, into the the right click, and Alchemist's base armor is just awful. So the minus armor on the Riptide is going to be doing quite a bit of work.
In the meantime, the mid lane Resolution is having some trouble with the Bat Rider. With Clockwork rather. Like those cogs really burn away all his mana. He is 5 for 2, Funzy, 1 last hit only though. So both not really having a a very fun time so far. Funzy, with the stick, he will be able to stay alive up against Resolution though, or at least he should not die, unless he makes a big mistake there.
Yeah, and this is just the nature of the matchup. Again, I feel like Quantic kind of ended up in a really weird position as far as their draft is concerned, because, I mean, I almost saw the light bulb moment for GoBlack when he was like, shoot, they have two really strong solos. How do I respond to this? How do I stop them going for the aggressive tri lane? He tried, but iCCup still find, you know, a great hero to head up the tri lane. They've got the Naga Siren, who has been becoming a little bit more popular of late, and so far they're winning all 3 lanes handily. So Quantic, yeah, just looking a little bit off kilter right now.
Yeah, they can't get their, or at least Black can't get his most of his farm. Actually, they're gonna go nice 2-man impale. Split Earth is still gonna be there though. Illuminate flies through. Riptide as well. Always want to fly. He's gonna take a lot of harassment. There's gonna be a net up on fucking Mad, keeping him safe, and he might actually be the first one to go down as Mag is chasing him down. That's a first block from Mag. Takes a lot of harassment from that Illuminate still, as the Keeper of Light is gonna get chased down by the supports. Sun gonna get hit on We Just Zig, and all of a sudden Quantic is gonna be on the run. Split Earth hits upon Black. Here comes Mag again. That's gonna be another kill going the way of iCCup. Can they get a third? We have got Silent coming in here as well. We Just Zig is the one to go down on iCCup. It is at least something that Quantic takes back, and Mag tries to run, tries to flee. Nice Split Earth once again. Mag is home safe, and it is a 2-for-1 in favor of iCCup. They waste some of Silent's time. I say waste, but he still gets himself a kill. But it does wait a second. Mid lane has some trouble. Flare goes off. Resolution, does he still want to chase this? He's taking a lot of tower damage though. Probably has to back off. But Jackal gets some free farm while Silent is away. That's also something that is a bit of a win for iCCup.
Yeah, and Silent, I mean, he TP'd up towards the top lane. He doesn't have enough mana to buy a TP scroll and go bot. So even if he bought a TP scroll, he'd have to go back to base and then walk all the way back. So he's just going to duck into the jungle for a second. But the Nature's Prophet doesn't win this lane if he stays here non-stop. So things only get more difficult when he gives the Weaver a little bit of an advantage. And as you can see, I mean, Silent walks in, Jackal says, no you don't, and just harasses him back. And yeah, the Prophet just needs to focus as much as he can on getting at level 6. And making full use of it with some TPs towards the top lane, and maybe ganking mid a little bit if he can, because right now it's not a great situation for him on the bottom lane.
Yeah, in the meantime, in the mid, 13 for 3 upon Resolution. Funzy sitting on 10 for 1, so they are still a bit even, though not really, neither not really doing amazingly well. Though Batrider is sitting at the top 2 of the last hits, with Jackal still, of course, doing the best on the map. No surprise there. 17 for 5. While Black, basically a little bit of his counterpart, I think, like in terms of carry potential. He's only got 8 last hits. He died once. He is having a tough time here, and I think iCCup, their tri lane so far is working out just fine. They might have lost their Disruptor, but I don't think they're too sad about that after getting the first blood on the Naga Siren and getting another kill on the carry of their opponent team after that to boot.
Yeah, and Naga Siren is crazy in tri-lane versus tri-lane now, especially with the new Riptide. I mean, we saw her get multiple Riptides off in a single fight with only a 10-second cooldown and, a 90 mana cost. It's definitely very spammable, and base move speed for Naga Siren is great as well. So the next assassin with no boots, no real chance for him to be able to escape. And already a 3-second, well, not a 3-second stun, but the 3-second ensnare at level 2. Naga Siren's really a powerhouse in this lane, and yeah, Quantic need to be very careful.
Yeah, it is in the meantime Goblak that's trying to stack and pull a bit in the jungle, and as a Keeper of Light you can actually do this. You can jungle, as it were. He's taking a lot of harassment though. It also means that he won't be on this bottom lane, or top lane rather, so if iCCup decides to go, they don't have to worry about Illuminates, and I actually feel that the Illuminates coming out on iCCup were the one factor that made sure that Quantic still got something done there, because, I mean, iCCup basically fought in those Illuminates. Oh, wait a second, that's Silent. Silent is alive, never mind that. Close though, Jackal is very close.
Yeah, this is the nature of the matchup against the Weaver. Wow, can they get vision? Oh wow, if they got vision, Silent does actually have his ultimate. So that could have been huge plays if they'd landed the rocket and then the Prophet ultimate had bounced through and killed him, but not. Probably a little bit too far outside of the realm of possibility. The one nice thing about that man fight that went on is Jackal is a little bit slower to get back to the lane, so now Silent is actually the one with a little bit of space to pick up some farm while the Weaver isn't there.
Yeah, in the meantime, Keeper of Light came back towards the top lane, and it looked actually for a second there that Quantic was going to do something, but a newly placed...
Funzy's getting dragged on mid.
Ooh. Can he take him down? 5 stacks of sticky napalm. He's standing in the fire. Hookshot will still set up resolution, but it will be Fonzie that goes down. You can't stand in the flames if you have got that. Oh, Sprout silent. Can get something done there. Can get a kill. Nicely picked up. It is still resolution that gets that experience though, as a Mag is gonna get stunned up. Sixers is gonna be there. Godblack. Or sorry, fucking Matt, some troubles. Mag is gonna have more troubles first as he goes down as the first one. In comes Silent, looking for a pick-off. Actually got himself one, of course, on Mag, but does go down for it. He ended up getting a double kill out of that. Batrider dead, Naga Siren dead. 2 high-profile heroes dead on the side of iCCup, but they do lose more heroes in return for it. And the question is that actually winning them anything? You think?
I don't know. At least, like, when you're trading in terms of kills, you feel like something is going right, because iCCup are just blatantly out-farming them right now. So, I mean, at least getting a couple of kills going on in, that way it's nice, but it's probably not going to be enough for, not enough for them to creep their way back into this game.
And they actually rotated their Jackal, their Weaver top, to have Mag farm on the bottom lane up against Silence, Nature's Prophet. But Mag, I'm not sure if he can actually do that much up against that one Nature's Prophet. He's actually standing still waiting for the creep wave. He can't really go toe to toe. He's level 5, of course. Silence level 8. As we have got iCCup, they've got a level 7 Weaver up against this level 4 Nyx Assassin. Nyx Assassin in some trouble, stuck in the kinetic field, will end up going down. Black lands a stun, hookshot, misses from Funzy. Jackal is gonna be okay again after getting away from that acid spray and TPs himself out. There we go. Silent TPs himself in, rather. Gets a stun in his face the moment he does so, though Illuminate will still do a lot of damage. Always Wanna Fly ends up to being a one-on-one trade. Always Wanna Fly goes down for a Nyx Assassin who TPs towards the middle lane to get some extra farm. We have got another rotation of resolution with an invisibility rune. He gotta try to go for Godblack. He does have a last 2. Flamebreak will be there first. And he is just gonna chase Godblack away. But he's gonna try to lure him into the rest of the team. But Godblack goes down before he actually reaches high ground. That's kind of sad. He's level 4 up against level 8 Batrider. 7 for 4. Both teams taking some nice trades. Who do you think it favors at the moment?
I feel like it's still favoring iCCup. I mean, Quantic get a reasonable punish, but that's everybody making their way up towards the top lane to try and deal with the dive from iCCup. And it could have even gone better for iCCup. I don't know if you caught it at the start of the fight, but Zik actually used his glimpse on the Nyx Assassin, right away. And if it had that glimpse still up when the Nature's Prophet TPs in, then he just sends the Prophet straight back. They don't get the Sprout, and maybe the Leshrac doesn't go down. So I'm not... And the glimpse didn't actually bring the Nyx Assassin any closer. Oh, this is brutal on the bottom lane.
Yeah, the song is there. Kinetic Field, Split Earth is gonna miss, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Silent is gonna try to TP out, but... yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that for sure. Always Wanna Fly gets a credit. And that's the first song used to shut down Silent, who has been in 4 out of the 4 kills, so of course that's a good target to shut down. And he also can't use his ultimate for another 15 seconds, so that's nice. He doesn't have a Hand of Midas. Might still go for it though.
Yeah, it could still definitely be the recovery Midas, as it were. The one thing that iCCup have to be a little bit worried about is that they have given some space to Black. Though Jackal might just be big enough, to just put the pressure on him by himself. And yeah, Quantic, it looks like they're going to retreat defensively. So I don't mind this from iCCup. They're going to take pretty much their strongest 1v1 laner against the Alchemist. They get him off to a good start, and they say, well, now it's your job to deal with Alch, make sure that he doesn't get too out of hand. And yeah, so far he's doing a pretty good job, and that frees up the supports to go and do, whatever they want around the rest of the map and put some pressure on the Clockwork and the Nature's Prophet, who are both pretty gankable at this point.
Yeah, and Jackal, one of the higher ranked Weavers in the pool, and we are gonna see why maybe just a second from now. Jackal, he can't get away. He does have another Sakushi, but it's too late. He is actually gonna drop. Never mind, we're not gonna see why. Can he just, we just saw that he averaged 1.9 deaths per game, and he is like second highest on the rankings, and all of a sudden he just walks in and dies. It's kind of a shame that he kind of fails to live up to, the praise that I was about to give him.
I mean, he kind of fails to factor in the Nature's Wrath and the Rocket Flare there, and that's kind of what ends up killing him. So Quantic, using something that's a little bit the K-pop curse. But yeah, something that's a little bit something difficult to factor in.
Hook shot Gets Resolution, there's a stun as well, but it's Funzy that takes a ton of damage. Resolution will be able to stay alive and flies himself behind the tier 1. And it is the Clockwork that ends up dying to Ouija, Zig, Goblak, as well as Black, not able to do anything anymore, and that's not good. You can't go for an initiation like that and then lose your solo mid-hero for the second time this game. Clockwork overall, he hasn't really done anything that much this game. His net worth is lower than that of the Leshrac, who is a support. And correct me, like Clockwork was mid, right? Yes, I'm not making this up.
Yeah. He was mid, but I mean, Quantic, they kind of. And I talked about this in the draft, right? We had iCCup pick up the Leshrac, and then there was this moment where Quantic were kind of sitting there, and they were like, "Do we take a mid now, or do we try and make our tri-lane a little bit stronger?" And Goblak made the decision to pick the Nyx Assassin to try and make his tri-lane that little bit stronger, and that meant that they really didn't have anybody left to try and 1v1 against us. Like, I don't know if he was hoping that iCCup wouldn't go for the aggressive tri-lane, but they did, and the two solo lanes that's just the nature of the matchup. Weaver versus Nature's Prophet, Batrider versus Clockwork. I mean, even if you end up with a player skill discrepancy, but at this kind of level, the Batrider should win that lane, and pretty hard. He's now got a very early Blink Dagger, and it's just now looking for pickoffs.
Oh, and the Blink Dagger is indeed there. Lasso is hitting up on Black. He is so dead. He is so dead. Smoke wasn't even needed for that, I think. iCCup. They take a very high profile kill once again, and Quantic, they are in some trouble. Their strategy, we said at the start, it's built around that one Alchemist, and even though Alchemist is getting some sort of farm, he is definitely needing a lot more time before he can get himself to that role where he can be the carry that Quantic aims him to be. But for now, iCCup, it doesn't look like they're gonna give him the time to get that farm up. We already have one tier 1 tower going down on the bottom lane. It was Mag that took the gold for that. He is building towards drums. Another sign of that iCCup probably doesn't want to make this a very long game, just wants to fight right now, right here, and they might actually get what they want because Quantic is coming in, perhaps. They don't get the tier 1 top though.
I mean, the big thing with the Alchemist is normally in a draft, you don't end up in a situation where the enemy team has both a stronger tri-lane and stronger solos, but that's kind of what happened here. And I mean, looking at the net worth, every lane pretty much won for iCCup, so they're off to a huge lead, both in terms of gold and in terms of experience, and they're just not going to give Quantic any space to move. Things will get a little bit better for Quantic as Silent farms up once he starts getting that split push going on, but the one thing that Nature's Prophet needs to be careful of in this game is the fact that there's that there's a disruptor. If he tries to rely on split pushing and then joining the fight while it's underway.
The sentry ward already scouts out fucking Matt. It just got placed. Fucking Matt might be some trouble. He gets glimpsed back, but the kinetic field's on the wrong place. Ooh. Nice anticipation from iCCup though. They do take the tower in the end. Now I got Mag with another pickup there. For net? No.
Yeah, and I mean iCCup, just look at this aggression right now.
Yeah, they're diving here.
What?
They'll miss. Awkward. It does force Mag back though.
I mean, there's no reason for that Impale to miss, really. Quantic may be looking a little bit nervy, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Resolution looking for a hook, or for a pickup, a hook shot hits from Funzy. Time lapse away from that from the Weaver, and Funzy will end up going down. Mag takes a bit of a harassment for that, as Nyx Assassin will end up going down, and Goblak, I don't give much hope to him either. That's a triple kill in total. Double kill going the way of the Batrider, I believe. Yep. And it's going from bad to worse real fast here.
Yeah, I mean, the Alchemist isn't in fighting shape at all. The Nature's Prophet doesn't want to take full 5-on-5 fights. He wants to split push as much as he can, but again, he can't split push and rely on being able to attend the fights. He's going to get glimpsed back every single time if he tries to TP into the middle of it. So, yeah, iCCup just with a really smart lineup, and this is kind of what happens when you win all 3 lanes. You have a huge advantage, and they're just they're just making full use of it right now, and Quantic, they just have to try and stall. They have to make sure that they only fight at the objectives. So don't fight unless it's over a building. Don't fight unless it's over Roshan, because what they need right now is just space to farm.
Yeah, and they do have, like, if they don't really die that often anymore, and they do lose their towers, which they probably will, because purely that's what iCCup needs, and the outer towers should be doable for them. They do have a very strong turtle lineup should iCCup wants to push high ground. There's Acid Spray there, Illuminates, Flares, Cogs, Impales. It's like, and you have an H Prophet split pushing on the side as well, of course, and his ultimate helping out. So even if iCCup picks up all the outer towers, it will still be a very, like, a pun intended, uphill battle for them to get high ground. Oh, yeah, I said it. But
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it'll be tough, but at the same time, they've got Naga Siren and Bat Rider initiation.
Yeah.
So when iCCup want the fight, they can force their way up onto the high ground if they have to. So yeah, Quantic, they made a nice little move with the Nyx Assassin there. The first Vendetta didn't work out well, but fucking Mad still went looking for one, and he ended up finding Resolution, but the one problem was that they didn't have the Nature's Wrath off cooldown, so his burst damage wasn't enough to bring down the Bat, and I feel like, maybe if they just wait a little bit, get that coordination going on with the Rocket Flare and the Prophet ult bouncing around, then they've got a huge amount of burst damage if the Nyx Assassin wants to keep on and roaming and looking for big offs and, making space in his own way.
Yeah, no towers now yet on iCCup, and we talk a bit about split push that H Prophet does, but he can't get anything done. He might be able to get the bottom tower now that he has sent his Treants to try to lay that quick wave on the bottom lane, but they are going to be fighting top though. Lasso is already up on Black, hookshot comes in, hits up on the Leshrac, that's going to be a good target for them. Always want to fly, gets saved by the Glimpse, Clockwork is going to go back, and there comes the song. It is a Leshrac that died versus Black that died. Good trade going the way of iCCup, as they are actually going to be trying to get himself away right now. Maybe they're going to go for a bit of a turn and burn, but with Black buying back, they can't really afford to fight anymore. And Black will actually be rotating bottom, but everybody of iCCup so low that they are indeed backing off. They might even lose their tier 1 tower if Quantic is going to pursue this. A good trade though for iCCup for sure. Unless they lose their tier 1.
Yeah, for sure. And also getting the buyback out of the Alchemist. That's a really big deal.
I mean, they do lose their tower, but hey, it had to go down anyway. They do save their bottom tier 1 tower at the same time, which would probably have gone down if they didn't TP in there. We do have Resolution going down. Wow, double damage rune from Silent helping out there. Gets himself the Bat Rider. Surprisingly so, to be fair. But he gets it. What was Bat Rider doing there?
Well, I'm not actually sure. I didn't spot the kill. He might have been jungling a little bit, but yeah, I didn't have my camera pointed there, so it will remain a mystery, I guess, at least for us.
Yep. And Jackal looks to be forcing some rotations out in the bottom lane. Gets Silent. Silent still with the double damage rune though, and his Shadow Blade is about done. So he can purchase it if he wants to, which he probably wants to. And with that, his split pushing is going to be a lot more safe, and it is going to force iCCup to buy even more Sentry Wards. They of course are already buying them for the Nyx Assassin. By the way, this Nyx Assassin hasn't been able to do anything with his Vendetta so far. It's kind of sad.
Yeah. And they just bought a gem, iCCup, so that Shadow Blade going to be a little bit less effective perhaps. And I mean, Black, he's working his way towards the Shadow Blade as well. They've already got the Vendetta, so this isn't a surprising pickup in the slightest from iCCup. I do like the sneaky Roshan right now. And let's see if Quantic, if it's going to be fast enough here. There is still a tier 1 up, barely on mid.
Yeah, and Always Wanna Fly is gonna only TP into deny the tower, so that actually helps out Quantic a little bit, because that TP point for Roshan is now gone. The flare comes in. They should know this is happening by now because they don't see anybody on the map. It is also a typical Quantic thing to do. If you are behind, you're taking ages. You get yourself a little bit less behind. And do you think Black is also going for a Shadow Blade still? I don't know, we're so troublesome. I mean, there's already a gem. You can't really do that. iCCup though, they come all middle. 5 people. Mag looking for something. There's gonna be a last 2. Spike Carapace was still there though, and the hookshot comes in as well, but it is gonna be fucking Mad that goes down first. Nice Nature's Wrath. Might be able to get something more. Black already gets a kill on the Disruptor as Jackal tries to get more out of the initiation from the self. Gets the support. Gets the Keeper of the Light. Black is gonna be able to run away. He still has the Aegis. Even if he dies, he's not gonna be too sad about it. 2 for 3 so far. Black is gonna have some trouble if he stuns himself, because they could go back in on him. But it looks like they're backing off. TP out from Jackal, and everybody else runs away. They don't take the Aegis. They do get a buyback from Quantic. And they only trade their supports for 3 supports and the solo mid of Quantic. Even though I'm almost counting Clockwork as a support right now. I mean, he's got treads and bracers, and his net worth is just about the same as the Leshrac. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, he's having a really tough game, and that was just again the start against the Batrider was tough. He missed, hook shot on top. He hook shotted into his own death on top as well. So I mean, Funzy has just wanted to participate. Oh, Mag.
Yeah, Mag is having a song though, but if he continues to get stunned, he will end up going down, and that is the case. And the better he stalled, his song wouldn't make a difference there anyway. Again though, this is another Shadow Blade, so we've got 2 Shadow Blades and a Vendetta on the board on Quantic, and the gem is already up on iCCup, as Batrider actually gets to pick up Nature's Prophet. He gets some, I guess he gets some revenge. Nature's Prophet was in the jungle, blinking lasso! He gets Black, still has the Aegis, but they might be able to take him down twice. He goes down once. Are they gonna stick around, is the question. We do have Keeper of Light hanging around there, yeah, there's still Kinetic Field. Edict going through, nice split earth, he's charging up his stun already in the Shadow Blade. There is a gem, of course. Resolution, he can't end up going down now, he has got the gem. It is Weaver that goes down on the bottom lane, by the way, as yeah, Black is not going to be able to get recalled, but it doesn't really matter. That was a solo kill for Funzy. He gets himself a Weaver out of that. I'm thinking something went wrong there for Jackal, because I would actually put Jackal in favor of that combination matchup.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure what happened. I was keeping my eyes on Black the whole time, because he got, I mean, he kind of got dragged out of nowhere. The Nature's Prophet went down, and I feel like maybe he even thought, okay, maybe the lasso got used, but great movement from iCCup to get that Aegis down. So yeah, good job, but Quantic not on their last leg just yet. And yeah, solo pickoff on the Weaver does help out quite a bit, and he doesn't even have that much right now, the Weaver. I mean, he's almost got a Lincoln Sphere finished. And a lot of other items. I mean, he goes for this double Wraithband build again, but the damage item's not really there. We do have the Diffusal Blade now finished up on the Naga Siren though, so Mag's gonna be doing some work in these fights.
Yeah, and I mean, Jackal, you said like he doesn't have that much. In terms of the 3 cores for iCCup, he is the lowest one on the gold. So that indeed shows. The highest one on the gold on the entire map though is Silent, who is really getting rich here, and this could be trouble for iCCup. Maybe they don't have to deal with a very fat Alchemist just yet, but dealing with a Nature's Prophet that is that fat is still a pretty tough thing to do. The split push will be immense, and they don't really have that much to deal with the split push apart from Naga Siren's illusions, or just sitting a hero on that very lane. Blinking lasso, he gets Goblack trouble, Goblack dead. Or they can just start killing people and make sure that Nature's Prophet is forced into his base. Good work. Good work as well.
Oh, Mass TP's Jackal. It's going to be okay in bottom lane. I think he might... No, they get the chain stun. Wow, beautifully played by Quantic. Yep. And that Shadow Blade's paying off for Black right now. Whoa. A little bit trigger happy there from We Just Sick.
Yeah, luckily it has a very short cooldown. Actually, 80 seconds still. It's still... He is still only level 9. Duration is... Or cooldown is actually going to be the same for all levels, but... yeah,
Resolution's got a haste on top lane.
Oh, what's he gonna do? Can he
actually...
Sounds
gonna be fine. He doesn't have enough mana to Flame Break. Yeah, he doesn't have enough mana to Flame Break, so there was no way. Okay. But yeah, Quantic things going okay. I mean, I guess you questioned whether or not the Shadow Blade was the right choice. Black needed a fighting item. It either needed to be a BKB, or it needed to be a Shadow Blade, or maybe even a Maelstrom. Just something that could help him be more effective in these fights. And I mean, the Shadow Blade obviously less effective because iCCup already have a gem, but the gem isn't always there, and that means that they can bring, their 3 Invis heroes on top of somebody who's split pushing and be able to bring them down. And Black, if he wants a BKB, I mean, he's not too far away. He's got the Grivel's Greed now maxed out. And Silent is doing an amazing job of just making space for him. Because iCCup are now trying to push into tier 2s, they're both pushing against the Keeper of the Light and the Nature's Prophet, and Quantic really using that pairing to its full strength right now.
Yeah, I fully agree. And I said earlier that iCCup should be able to pick up the tier 2s, but tier 3s would be difficult. Even tier 2 seemingly quite a challenge for them at the moment. And if we look at the gold graph, it is showing like the way that we feel this game is going. iCCup, they were on the rise and they were doing really well, but all of a sudden they couldn't get any further and they kind of hit this brick wall. And they're now losing in terms of gold, and they are 5-manning is actually costing them quite a bit right now. Resolution, he's looking for a pickup, looking for a blink lasso. Can find Funzy. I'm not sure if that's a target that he wants to have, but he's gonna try it anyway. Kinetic Field Static Storm locks in two. Funzy is already gonna get dropped down before anything else happens, unless... No, he's dead. There we go. Go Black. saved by the song, but I don't think gonna be for long. Black will end up stunning himself. No, ends up stunning an illusion. It's okay as well. Mag uses a fusel to try and get away. The rest of the team is on the backside, getting attacked by Silent here. Silent looking for a pickup. Resolution being forced out of there. He can't lose his gem. He has got his blink up again and will be safe there once more as Jackal trying to juke it out of here as well. It is iCCup that probably wants to be backing off from there. There is no lasso, nothing left for iCCup to fight with. They used the song, they used the lasso, and it is Quantic that forced them out. They do lose 2 people purely by initiation coming off from iCCup, but they got a Shrek in return, and they defended their tier 2, even though it might only last for a little while. And they showed their fighting potential, I think, quite heavily. Look at all these invisibles.
Yeah, it's the swarm of invisible heroes making their way in. Unfortunately, not only did fucking Mad smoke on top of a ward, he also got spotted by the Batrunner illusions, which also have the gem effect. So yeah, he got spotted in 2 different ways, making his way mid, and that was kind of the reason I think why Jackal was playing too defensively and backing out there. And he does now have his Lincoln Sphere up, so a little bit more difficult to bring down with this chain lockdown from Quantic.
Yep. What do you think iCCup?
There was almost a Hex though up on Silent.
Oh yeah.
I feel like they're just not... They're getting a little bit afraid that they haven't gotten some kills in a while and that Quantic is slowly getting back in. I feel like they just need to take a deep breath, get the wards going on, go for a smoke, get the pick off, just do what they were doing